Hello, my name is Michelle. I belong to Creno in group 403. In this presentation, I present a set of activities related to the English subject, which were worked on for 18 months. First activity, I am. This activity was to practice self-description with adjectives and words that describe our qualities as people. This activity was essential as an activity for the teacher to get to know us and to practice the basic words to describe a person, in this case ourselves. Having a little knowledge on the subject, it wasn't difficult to do it, as were the activities that were generated in the class and the games that were played. Activity 2. A special woman in my life. In this activity, we continued the theme of adjectives and made a description about an important woman in her life. The important person in my life that I chose was my mother, because she is my best friend, my confidant, and my financier of things. Activity 3. With the same way as the previous activity, we choose another special person in our lives, also emphasizing adjectives and pronouns, in this case that masculine. My dad was the person chosen to describe in this activity because he is the most important man in my life. Activity 4. Description of a special friend. In this activity, we practice an adjectives to describe the personality, psyche, personal test of a special friend, and also to explain the reason for our friendship. In my activity described one of my best friend, Merari, I described how important she is in my life and why I choose her for this activity. Activity 5. Vocabulary. Day of the Dead. Considering the upcoming festivities, it was decided to choose a day to work on a project related to it. The first activity was to create a vocabulary for the date. She will call support ourselves for the following activities. Activity 6. Audio questions. Day of the Dead. To have information regarding the agreed date, different questions were taken into account, which were answered as a team, in which a podcast was worked on. Activity 7. Video Day of the Dead. Dates. The conclusion of this activity was marked by a video representing Día de Muertos. In our case, this video focuses on the days that represent this celebration, as well as explanation of the reasons behind these beliefs. Activity 8. This activity began by making a self-description. Then, together with the group, an activity was carried out where we would walk around the room and the other classmates would write an adjective that describes us on our backs anonymously. Activity 9. Explanation of a book. This activity was very meaningful because it marked the beginning of another project we had among. This time, each member of the class had to choose a book, a story, or a tale in English to work on new vocabulary through it. In my case, the book I chose was Alicia in Wonderland because I really liked the story and it was a book I hadn't read before. So I decided to give it a try. Activity 10. Explanation on a book, Part 2. Choosing a story or a book led us to create various activities, such as vocabulary, character description, and the creation of creative materials to give a presentation about the book or story we were reading. Activity 11. 50 activities. During the creative presentation of the book, 5 activities related to the story we had chosen were carried out individually. These activities include word search, questions, crosswords, and more. From my presentation, this activity was interesting. I had never read Alicia in Wonderland before, and it was a challenge to explore it in English. But in the end, I was able to successfully complete all the tasks. Activity 12. Conditionals. 5 conditional sentences were created, describing things we want in the future, such as our bachelor's degree title. The conditional 1, 2, and 3 was used, which employs will for future actions. 13. Activity. Presentation on the information recorded in the first week of observation. The information gathered during the observation week was important for improving our vocabulary. As we present this information in English, it was also very helpful in enhancing the diagnosis plan for Tuesdays.